All right, Algebra 2. We're moving on to Lesson 5.1. We're working with quotients of monomials. Remember, a monomial means that you have one term, and a quotient is the answer to a division problem. Our essential question, can you simplify quotients? The first thing we have to realize is that if we multiply P over Q times R over S, we get PR over QS. Now, the reason they show you this is because they want you to see that when you have this, you can also split it up, or in this case, reduce. So notice the R's are going to reduce. So everything that we see that is being divided, we can go ahead and write as two separate fractions, or we can almost reduce. So let's see where that brings us to today. The laws of exponents we are familiar with already. The first law, when I multiply, I add the exponents, only the exponents. When I have a, b to the m power, remember this m goes to the a and to the b, to be a to the m times b to the m. A to the m to the nth, we are going to multiply those. And notice here they say if m is greater than n, we are going to subtract. Now I teach this a little bit different, but when we divide, we do subtract, and we always try to keep it positive. And also notice, this is a new one, that this m is going to go to the a and to the b, because we have a over b to the m, which is equal to a to the m over b to the m. Now, I teach this probably a little different than your Algebra 1 teacher did if you didn't have me. What I first do is I first draw what we call a vinculum. That is the division line or the fraction bar. And I look at the numbers. How can I reduce 9 and 3? Well, 3 goes into 9 3 times. Then I look at the x's. Which one is bigger, the cubed or the squared? We know x cubed is bigger. So I'm going to put the x on the bigger line, so I'll put that on the top, and I'm just going to take 3 minus 2, which is 1. Now I don't have to show that 1. And y squared over y to the 5th. Again, the 5 is larger, so I'm going to put y on the bottom, and I'm just going to subtract. 5 minus 2 is 3. So let's try this one. We're going to reduce. The first thing we're going to do is draw the fraction bar, also known as the vinculum. Can I reduce 4 and 18? I can, by 2. A's, which one is bigger, 2 or invisible 1? Good, so we're going to put A's on top. And 2 minus 1, we're just going to show that as a 1. I'm not going to show that 1. I want you guys to get used to just showing that as A. And B's, which one is bigger, b or b to the 4th? Good, we're going to put b's on the bottom. And if I subtract 1 from 4, I get b to the 3rd. All right, let's move on to a question like this. We first have to square this, and then we're going to reduce. So 3 squared is 9. R squared is r squared. 5 squared is 25. S cubed squared is s to the 6th. Is there anything else I can reduce here? No. So we don't have to reduce in this case, but sometimes there are, so it's good to be aware. Woo, what about this one? We're moving right along. I'm going to rewrite this 4x over 3y to the 7th because I know that I have to cube this next section. So y to the 4th cubed is y to the 12th. 2 cubed is 8. And x squared cubed is x to the 6th. Now, I would probably encourage you to reduce the numbers first because I know that 4 and 8 can reduce to be 2. And you really could reduce from here, but let's combine this together first. On the top, I have x and y to the 12th. On the bottom, I have 3, x to the 6th, y to the 7th. Remember that this can continue to reduce, so I'm going to put 3 in the denominator. And notice I have x to the first and x to the sixth. So x's will go on top or bottom. Good, they will go on the bottom and be to the fifth power because 6 minus 1. And if I have y to the 12th and y to the 7th, top or bottom? Top. And it will be y to the 5th power. All right, great job. I'm really proud of how far you guys have come. Keep working. Don't forget to like and subscribe.